Here are my answers to the notebook questions for week 6. Fully explain your reasoning for the following question either by constructing a 2-column proof or using a series of calculations/equations. A cyclic quadrilateral is a quadrilateral where all 4 vertices are on the same circle. Draw a cyclic quadrilateral ABCD, then show that angles A and C are supplementary. Here is the 2-column proof, and this is, ignore this outer circle, I don't know why it's there, it's just what was on the back. That was my first attempt, but the ink showed through. But here, so just look at this circle. Question 2, GeoGebra. I'm not going to read all of this, but here is my final thing. And question 3, we saw that 2 circles can share a common tangent line. What is the minimum number of common tangent lines that 2 circles can share? What is the maximum number of common tangent lines that 2 circles can share? So the minimum is 0 and the maximum is 4. And then question 4, identify one problem in this module's practice problem sets that was particularly difficult for you to complete, and explain why and how you overcame that challenge. In this module, I struggled with proofs. I usually struggle with proofs. There weren't as many in this week as there usually are, but whenever they are, I usually do struggle with them. And overcoming it over this course, it's mainly just I've had a lot of practice with them. I've had now 6 weeks to do them, so I'm a lot more familiar with them than when I started. Question 5, review the list of outcomes below. Which outcome would you consider a strength, and which did you experience the most growth with this module? So the strength is calculation. You accurately calculate unknown values in geometric objects, and the one I showed most growth in is geometric proof. You apply axioms, postulates, and theorems with accuracy and flexibility to create compelling and complete formal geometric proofs. Question 6, read this article and describe it, and I think this is a 4-part question. So for the first one, describe a situation that you've experienced that is like the one the author describes. I consider myself good at geography. For context, I memorized all 197 countries' locations on a map, all their flags, and their names at the age of 11. And a year ago, I took a geography quiz, not graded or anything, but just one online, that proved to me that I wasn't as good as I may have thought I was. I think I still did above average, but there were things like territories and countries that existed prior to now that I didn't know about. What was your initial reaction to the situation? Did you want to blame the instructor / camp / course, etc., or did you initialize the setback and perhaps lose confidence temporarily? When I took the quiz, there was 2 types of questions. It was either I had 0 clue what the answer was, or I knew it immediately. I didn't really have an instructor or anything, so I just blamed myself, even though I wasn't too upset because it's not like the quiz was graded. I didn't lose too much confidence, and since then I have learned a lot more geography. Have you ever, how have you grown as a result of the experience? What was the most valuable thing you learned? I would say I have grown. It's not like it changed my life too much because I'm not a professional at geography, but the most valuable thing I learned was to be 100% certain that you know the material before taking a quiz on it.